Disclaimer: the storylines are fictional and adapted to protect the anonymity of real schools and individuals. However, they are rooted in real practice and designed to inspire reflection and change. Each chapter ends with reflective questions to help readers examine their own context and take practical steps toward embedding the key principles in their school or setting. This resource is a unique blend of school improvement strategies, practical advice, and an engaging fictional narrative. The book follows the journey of an alchemical school leader, Mary, who masterfully applies and embeds the 12 keys to transformational leadership, creating lasting impact in their school. Let's take each pillar one at a time. The first pillar is purpose. In every successful school, purpose is the anchor. Without a clearly defined vision and set of core values, efforts become scattered and inconsistent. When staff, students, and leaders align around a shared purpose, one that champions inclusion, well-being, and high expectations, every action becomes intentional. Purpose provides clarity in complexity and drives decision-making that truly centers student growth and support. In alchemy, transformation begins with intention. The alchemist does not begin by experimenting randomly. They begin by setting a clear aim to turn lead into gold. Similarly, in pastoral leadership, clarity of purpose sets the foundation for all meaningful change. It is the golden thread that holds the vision steady through challenge, change, and complexity. The second pillar is policy. Policies are more than documents. They are the expression of a school's values in action. When done well, policies provide a safety net for students and staff alike, outlining clear expectations, support structures, and processes. Inclusive, well-communicated policies create consistency and fairness, particularly in behavior, safeguarding, attendance, and mental health, areas that directly affect a student's ability to thrive. In alchemy, rules are sacred. Every transformation follows a specific formula, and deviations from the process disrupt the outcome. Likewise, pastoral policies function as the formulas that maintain balance and ensure that support is not left to chance. They hold the energy of the school and convert belief into action, just as an alchemist converts elements into something new. The third pillar is priorities. School improvement doesn't happen by accident. It is driven by deliberate choices about what matters most. When pastoral care is prioritized within the school development plan, it signals that the well-being and progress of students are non-negotiable. Embedding targeted strategies, actions, and outcomes into your school improvement plan helps drive long-term, structural change that improves the experience for all learners. In the world of alchemy, the alchemist doesn't chase every possibility. They commit to the path that aligns with their deepest purpose. Their results come from unwavering focus and precise intention. Likewise, when schools set clear priorities, they move from scattered effort to intentional impact, creating a disciplined path to transformation. The fourth pillar is promotion. It's not enough to hold the vision privately. It must be lived, shared, and felt throughout the community. Promoting your pastoral vision and values across your school and with external partners builds trust, unity, and shared commitment. When students, families, staff, and stakeholders all understand and believe in the mission, they become active participants in building a school culture that supports every learner. Alchemy was once a hidden art, passed down through storytelling and symbol. Yet even the most sacred knowledge had to be shared to create transformation. In the same way, pastoral alchemy demands bold communication, a willingness to illuminate the path so others can walk it with you. A shared vision has power only when it's visible. The fifth pillar is people. The success of any pastoral strategy depends on the people who lead it. Schools need compassionate, skilled, and committed individuals who understand the importance of emotional safety, well-being, and inclusion. But it's not just about who is on the team. It's about placing people in roles that maximize their strengths and placing student needs at the center of every staffing decision. The right people, in the right roles, with the right mindset, become the driving force behind meaningful change. In Alchemy, transformation doesn't occur in isolation. It requires the guidance of mentors, the wisdom of past teachers, and the insight of collaborators. Every alchemist has encountered helpers along the journey, people who held a key to the next breakthrough. In schools, pastoral transformation depends on the same principle, that the right combination of people brings the energy, skill, and intention to turn vision into reality. The sixth pillar is professional development. To remove barriers to learning effectively, staff must be equipped with the tools to do so. That means ongoing professional development in trauma-informed practice, emotional regulation, restorative approaches, and cultural competency. When staff receive high-quality CPD that reflects the complexity of their pastoral roles, they feel empowered, confident, and supported, and that directly benefits students. A strong appraisal and reflection system ensures this growth is purposeful and sustained. The alchemist's journey is one of continuous learning, refining the craft, expanding understanding, and embracing new levels of mastery. They don't see failure as an end, but as information. Similarly, when schools invest in pastoral learning and growth, they honor the idea that knowledge is fluid and that transformation is a continuous cycle of trial, reflection, and improvement. The seventh pillar is practice. Pastoral care becomes most powerful when embedded in daily routines. Consistent, predictable structures, like morning check-ins, emotional regulation breaks, or end-of-day reflections help students, especially those with additional needs, feel safe, seen, and supported. When these practices are made part of the school's rhythm, they become a quiet, stabilizing force that improves engagement, trust, and readiness to learn. In alchemy, repetition is sacred. An alchemist repeats key processes with precision, not because they expect the same result, but because each cycle brings deeper refinement. School routines work the same way. Through repeated, intentional practice, they lay the foundation for emotional and academic transformation. Without daily rituals, there is no gold, only fragments. The eighth pillar is precision. Knowing what works in pastoral care requires more than good intentions. It requires precise monitoring, honest evaluation, and responsive action. Schools must have systems in place to assess the impact of interventions, identify gaps in provision, and adjust based on evidence. Precision means moving from vague assumptions to data-informed understanding of what students need most. Just as an alchemist carefully measures, tests, and adjusts in pursuit of gold, pastoral leaders must observe the reactions of their school environment with sharp attention. Quality assurance is the method, the way we examine what's working and transmute what isn't. Precision turns scattered support into strategic transformation. The ninth pillar is personal development. Supporting students to grow emotionally, socially, and spiritually is just as important as academic achievement. Schools must create space for students to develop resilience, self-awareness, and leadership. This includes mentoring, coaching, well-being sessions, life skills workshops, and opportunities for self-expression. When young people understand themselves and their potential, they become active agents in their own learning journey. In alchemy, the transformation is never just external. It is always internal first. The alchemist learns to transmute not only metals, but also fear, self-doubt, and confusion into clarity, confidence, and power. Personal development in schools mirrors this sacred process, helping each learner unlock their own inner gold. The 10th pillar is provision. Targeted support must be rooted in a deep understanding of each student's context and needs. That means using data well, not just to measure progress, but to identify when, where, and how support is needed. Effective provision includes timely interventions, specialist input, flexible learning options, and pathways tailored to break down individual barriers. It ensures no learner falls through the cracks. Alchemy is personal. Every transformation requires careful assessment of the unique materials at hand. No two reactions are identical. In schools, the same holds true. Provision must be shaped to the individual, not forced through a one-size-fits-all model. The art lies in seeing the unseen and creating what each student truly needs to succeed. The 11th pillar is parents. Parents are not guests in the school's mission, they are partners. When families feel included, informed, and valued, they are more likely to engage in their child's learning journey and reinforce the school's efforts at home. Schools must offer accessible communication, practical workshops, and support pathways that empower parents to be part of the solution, not kept at the edge of it. Even the alchemist's greatest work was never done in isolation. Belief, trust, and shared hope are essential ingredients in any transformation. Parents offer that belief in powerful, invisible ways. When schools and families come together in aligned purpose, they create the emotional and structural foundation students need to flourish. The 12th pillar is partnerships. No school can do it alone. Building meaningful partnerships with external organizations, from mental health services to social care, youth mentoring programs to local charities, extends the capacity of schools to support their students. Partnerships create a web of care and expertise, making it possible to meet complex needs and provide wraparound support that schools alone cannot offer. In alchemy, transformation is amplified through relationship. The alchemist is never truly alone. They learn from masters, consult ancient texts, and seek alignment with others who hold different knowledge. In the same way, partnerships multiply a school's impact. They represent the fusion of strengths, where combined forces create a more powerful form of support. I believe this is not just a framework, it's a philosophy. I ask leaders to see beyond the numbers and policies and into the hearts, minds, and hopes of the children they serve. These 12 pillars form a system for transformation, not just of schools, but for our lives. When purpose aligns with people and practice is sharpened with precision, the school becomes more than a place of teaching and learning. Together we create and build a vessel for growth and possibility.